Okay, so right now it's 3:57. I guess wait for anyone to appear, or else I could talk about what's going on when it hits like 4 o'clock. All right, so this is a really powerful book we're talking about today. Shut up. Yeah, I know, bro. I'm already am live. I know. I guess we wait for any viewers to pop up because we are live. Now, guys, okay, I need to stop taking shit as a joke. Actually, I got like because today we're gonna recover a really powerful book today. Something that they had to remove it from the Bible itself. All right. Shit, no one popping in yet. 3:59. All right. I guess I'm just gonna wait. So right for. It's getting close, but I gotta make sure I'm actually live though. We'll be on for like 2 minutes. All right. Yep, I am live. Okay. So since it's 4 o'clock, why not start off? All right. For starters, if you guys are new, they call me Littlefoot. Not Littlefoot, that's the name, but Isaiah Kruger. So today, cool. We got fruit viewers. All right. Hello, Life of Jupiter. Eventually, spot. All right, guys. Today we're gonna recover a really powerful book, the Book of Enochs. Guys, they reveal giants themselves, the Nephilims. If you guys are know what they are. Now, for starters, before, of course, we will watch a video, but before we get started, oh, nice 15 views. I made a docs, a Google Docs, where I will read over so that I can prove it to you guys that I'm not making this up. Now, since, okay, cool, 15 viewers, sorry. So, since the Book of Enoch's, dude, this book was too powerful, too magical, that it was removed from the scriptures. Alright, so the Book of Enoch's. Genesis. Yes, there is a verse from Genesis. Yeah, it kind of does involve some Genesis stuff. And it will reveal, like, because if you guys heard of the Nephilims and the Watchers, this is the right stream you should watch on, alright? Alright, I'm going to read over it to you guys, alright? Let's get started. By the way, this is the notes I took so I can, like, show it to you guys. The Book of Enoch was a powerful banned book from the Bible. Enoch was a powerful man because he was talked about in the Bible, yet his book is not in the Bible. It was left out by accident on purpose, and the reason why is because he's talking about, and he calls these beings by their names, beings that were not from earth. They came here from above and emerged kind. They taught us how to build weapons, taught us about perfume and makeup. They taught us how to make jewelry and beer and all of this other crazy stuff, right? So these beings were physically cohabiting. Beings, the Book of Enoch might be telling us the truth. We've been told that the Book of Enoch was removed from the Bible in the 4th century because it was incorrect to the original scriptures, but no one of that wasn't the case. If it was removed, it told the truth about humanity, what the book describes, how groups of angels known as the Watchers rebelled against God and began teaching humanity things they weren't supposed to know, and like Agios and Devlabi, weapons of mass destruction. They also been laying with human women, which results of birth of the Nephilim. Does some claim that the book was figuratively in the slide it down. In the Book of Enochs, there was more than one heaven. The Book of Enochs mention of 10 heavens. In imminent details, the first heaven is a place above the firmament. The second is a prison for the watchers. The third is a paradise for the righteous. The fourth is where the solar and the lunar tracks. The fifth is where the watchers reside. And the sixth has 7 groups of angels that measure the cosmos. The seventh has a royal race of angels coexists. And the eighth and ninth continues the zodiacs, and the 10th heaven has God himself. Within the book Enoch explained the group of mysterious creatures, the fallen angels created today. That's what we will be recovering. The Nephilim giants are not only hybrid beings, they were created, they were also mysterious cross beings between humans and animals. Let me explain. The book of Enoch mentioned how the 208 watchers experience of humans and animals so to create monstrous hybrids beings. The book reads 200 angels use animals on which to form an X, including pyramid humans, 200 donkeys, 200 goats, 200 beasts from every animal, every bird, from masses to the outcome of the demonic corruption was violent perversion and a bride of monsters. First beings, they were defiled the begotten giants and monsters. Now, as we can see, the book of Enoch referred to giants and monsters, meaning they were several different hybrids, but ever since they were born, most angels and archangels up in heaven, like Gabriel and Michael, had to exterminate them by this day. They were killed off even during the flood of Noah's Ark, and some believe that Goliath was the last Nephilim giant after he was killed by David. But by this day, there might be some left, and some might fight in the final battle of the book of Revelation. Guys, so just now, I just read this whole thing to you all. Yeah, long ass sentence. Look, this is what the book of Enoch performed on. The Watchers, dude, they were something you do not want to mess with, guys. So that's why I had to show you guys. Because, dude, the book of Enoch is no joke, dude. Because during the final war, like the battle between the righteous and the evil, the fallen angels like the Watchers and the Nephilims might stand up with the evilness. Sorry, try to see this decision. Okay, yeah, you're right. I'm trying to see this decision because who knows? Even though this kind of involves after Adam and Eve and after Cain and Abel, it's kind of still linked with Noah's Ark, the flood, and the fight between David and Goliath. It's still both linked to each other either way. But anyways, look, this is some true stuff. This is some trippy stuff. Since Christianity, they had the giants, like they mentioned about the Nephilim, because if Christians don't believe in giants, then hey, explain about Goliath. Then how did he coexist? But like I was just about to say, the Nephilims, they might be just like the giants from any giants from Hinduism, or even though in Norse mythology there's a lot of fucking giants all over the place. Even in Greek mythology, the Titans and the children of Gaia were the Cyclopes and the Hecatoncheires, children of Gaia. Yeah. Let alone most of the gods in Greek mythology are Titans themselves. Same with other popular gods like Zeus, Poseidon, Hades, and Ares and Aphrodite. But anyways, if you guys stayed until the end, you're gonna find out some trippy stuff. So we need to watch a video about the Book of Enoch because this is some trippy stuff we need to talk about. And yeah. The Book of Enoch. Oh yeah, I could call Alexa with my phone up in here. I mean, not my phone, but my remote. Yeah, that's okay. Ugh, try this. Okay. Now, Book of Enoch. Now, this video, it says 14 minutes, so let's just see. Let's just hope no. Yeah, always the fucking ads. Hey, since it's gonna be 14 minutes, I guess we can watch other videos. Shut up.
The Book of Enoch, banned from the Bible.
Well, let me turn this up. Let me first pause and restart, and you'll even turn it up. Okay. Now, let's do this.
The Book of Enoch, banned from the Bible, reveals shocking mysteries of our history. The Enoch manuscript begins with a warning to all mankind and to the fallen angels who have made the earth a home of debauchery, bloodshed, and sorcery. The huge forbidden book was written about 200 years ago, with the earliest writings in it dating back to around 300 BC and the latest records around 100 BC. The Book of Enoch was removed from the Jewish and Christian biblical canons in the first centuries of the new calendar.
That's
It
right.
reveals secrets about which the church is silent. According to the ancient writings, Enoch was the guardian of all the treasures of heaven, the chief of the archangels, and the immediate minister
And
of the throne.
I forgot to mention that Enoch, if you guys know about the story of Cain and Abel, Enoch was the grandson of Cain, Adam's first son, Cain.
Of God. There is also talk about the fallen angels and the fact that they
The
sinned here
Watchers.
on earth because they began to multiply with earthly women and revealed to them.
And these earthly women are revealed to be like the daughters of Adam and Eve, like, because in a way, the Nephilims were still human either way from our blood, even though the Nephilims do have a hatred against humans either way.
Heavenly secrets for which the human race was not yet ready. The prohibition of the book was most likely also influenced by the fact that it contained prophecies about Christ himself.
Oh, I didn't know about
Stay
that.
until the end of the video to find out what the most mysterious and sacred book in the entire spiritual history of mankind scares the church with.
Yeah, see, I want to subscribe to this dude.
Who is Enoch? Enoch is the son of Jared, a descendant of the first man, Adam, from his seventh generation, the great-grandfather of the famous Noah. He is a teacher and educator. His name translates as...
Oh, yeah. Oh, I didn't know about them. So, like what they just said, so Enoch is also like the great-grandfather of Noah, the Noah Ark Noah. All right, let's continue.
Initiator. The Old Testament does not speak of his writings, but still gives him a place in Genesis 5:21 to 24, just enough to indicate the number of his years, 365, confirming the existence of his person and describing his life in the laconic phrase that has given rise to countless interpretations. And Enoch walked after God and disappeared because God took him. There is also a legend that Enoch is actually the biblical king and priest.
That's okay, John. It's okay. You don't need to be late. It's just
explanations for the parallel
you don't have to be late.
Christian
We'll just get on start with this.
Alongside the official one is that the Apocrypha provide answers where Holy Scripture is silent or behaves mysteriously. Enoch is also credited as the creator of writing and astrology. In addition, he communicates with God and is a religious teacher of the people, a prophet and a sage. Many church
Yes, and Enoch is a prophet in a way.
fathers, such as Justin Martyr, Athenagoras of Athens, Irenaeus, Clement of Alexandria, Origen, Tertullian, and Lactantius wrote about him, who spoke with great respect for Enoch. Their writings contain many allusions to the Book of Enoch, and in some cases explicitly advocate the use of the book itself as scripture. Going back to the book of Genesis, where he is described as the seventh of the 10 patriarchs. Before the flood, each of them is said to have lived for several centuries. Genesis 5 presents the genealogy of these 10 individuals from Adam to Noah, indicating the age at which each became the father of the next, as well as the age of each at death. However, we notice here that Enoch is an exception, who is said to have not seen death, written in Hebrews 11 verse 5. Furthermore, Genesis 5:22 to 24 states that Enoch lived 365 years, which is significantly less than the other antediluvian patriarchs who are recorded as dying at over 700 years of age. The brief account of Enoch in Genesis 5 ends with the cryptic scripture that he was not, for God took him. All that we shall narrate hereafter, viewed on a larger scale, shows Enoch's great devotion to the Lord, and, respectively, the great love and special treatment of the Lord to Enoch. According to some theories, Enoch was translated alive into the kingdom of God as his angel. This is how the words, "He has not seen death," are interpreted. Let's look at the 5 volumes written by Enoch to understand what is contained there, who scares and with what.
Yeah. Hey, come on! What the hell, Ad?
You hit the road.
Bro, I don't care, bro. That's
The first step is
dude. You two, that shit's disrespectful.
buckle
Come
up.
on.
Just have your seatbelt on so you don't.
Shut up.
Watcher's book.
Or the Watcher's book.
This book marks the beginning of the manuscript. It was written around 300 BC, describes the fall of the Watchers, or Watcher angels, who become the fathers of the Nephilim. Genesis.
I forgot to mention, but the Watchers, their leader, Zemesis, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but they said that the leader of the Watchers, that he's like way worse than Satan himself. So like, also to note that as well with it.
6:1 to 4. In this writing are also the accounts of Enoch's travels in the heavens. The book opens with an introduction that says Enoch is a righteous man whose eyes were opened by God, so that he saw the visions sent to him by the Holy One in heaven. He showed him the sons of God, and from them he hears everything and knows that, which he sees, but what he saw will not happen to this generation, but to a generation that is yet to come. The book also tells us about God coming to earth on Mount Sinai with his armies to pronounce judgment on humanity, how all things are predestined by God and happen in his own time. The sinners will perish, and the great and the good will continue to live in light, joy, and peace. The first section of the book describes the interaction of fallen angels with humanity. Semiazaz forces the remaining 199 fallen angels.
Seminaza, yeah. And Seminaza, I think he's the one that will be the hell sage of the sin lust. So to note that is his name, Semiaza. And Semiaza, they say that he's like way more evil than Satan himself. Like, my theory, if they're telling the truth, my theory is like when they used to be angels, Semiaza was like a teacher to Lucifer when like Satan used to be Lucifer.
To take human wives to bear them children. And Semjaza, who was their leader, said to them,
I am afraid that you will not really agree to do this deed, and I alone will have to pay the penalty for a great sin.
And they all answered him and said,
Let us all swear and all bind ourselves by mutual oaths not to abandon this plan, but to do this deed.
Then all together swore and bound themselves by mutual curses upon him. And they were 200 in all, who went down in the days of Jared to the top of Mount Hermon, and called it Mount Hermon, because they had sworn and bound themselves by mutual oaths upon it. This leads to the creation of the Nephilim, or giants, as described in the book.
That's right, the
And they
Nephilims.
became pregnant and gave birth to great giants.
Oh, what the
whose
fuck?
height was
Okay, I'm not gonna show
300
that.
fits, who destroyed all the gates
Wait,
of
hold on. I hope that statue. Okay, that statue. I hope that's not like them like having sex or some shit. But anyways,
There was real hell and chaos on earth.
that's
The
right.
book also discusses the decadent training of humans by fallen angels, most notably Azazel. And Azazel
I hope I don't get
taught men
banned
to
on
make
YouTube for that
swords
image.
and knives and shields and breastplates.
That's
And
right.
they
So like, originally as a human, we were not supposed to know about that. Like, we were not supposed to know how to like make a shield or a sword or a spear because God and the angel they would probably thought that we were trying to be like a god or something. So like that's why this was forbidden to know about this. All right.
them acquainted with the metals of the earth, and with the art of working them, with bracelets, with ornaments, with the use of antimony, with the beautifying of the eyelids, with all kinds of precious stones, and with all colorings. And much wickedness arose, and they committed fornication, and went astray, and became corrupt in all their ways. Semjas taught enchantment and eradication, Armaros the resolution of enchantments, Barakijal astrology, Kokabel the constellations, Ezekiel the knowledge of clouds, Arakil the signs of the earth, Shamsul the signs of the sun, and Sariel the course of the moon. Then Michael, Uriel, Raphael and Gabriel appealed to God to judge the inhabitants of the world and the fallen angels. God sends Uriel to tell Noah about the coming cataclysm and what he must do. Then the Most High said, "Go."
Hey!
Welcome to the
Stop it, YouTube! That's not nice!
We've got...
Bro. Alright, guys. Since the internet's paused here, there might be theories that I have a friend named Landry at school, and his evil twin brother, like, he's working with the government, and they might try to silence me because, like, I'm starting to know all about this stuff.
Kevin facing off against his
fucking YouTube, bro. Like,
Go to Noah.
Dude, like this, the YouTube's like trying to like silence this, like trying to like, they're popping up ads so I could get distracted on this, bro. Like, I don't play like that, YouTube. All right, so shut up.
And say to him on my behalf, hide yourself, and reveal to him the end that is coming, that the whole earth will be destroyed, and that a flood will come upon the whole earth, and destroy everything that is on it. And now instruct him, that he may be saved, and that his seed may be preserved for all the generations of the world.
God commands Raphael to imprison Azazel, gives Gabriel instructions regarding the Nephilim, and commands Michael to bind the fallen angels. Book of Proverbs.
Book of Proverbs.
Chapters 37 to 71 of the Book of Enoch are called the Book of Proverbs. Here, the scholarly debate centers on the thesis that it is based on the Book of the Watchers, as a supplement in which it presents the later development of the idea of the final judgment and eschatology, dealing not only with the fate of the fallen angels, but also with of the wicked kings of the earth. What is interesting about this book is that the expression Son of Man is used for the eschatological hero, who is also called Righteous One, Elect One, and Messiah, sitting on the throne of glory at the final judgment. The first known use of Son of Man as a specific title in the Hebrew Scriptures is in the Book of Enoch, and its use may have played a role in the early Christian understanding and use of the title. The Astronomical Book.
Ooh, cool.
4 fragmentary editions of the Astronomical Book were found at Qumran. They also include material not found in later versions of the Book of Enoch. This book contains descriptions of the movement of the heavenly bodies, as well as knowledge of the cosmos, revealed to Enoch on his journeys to heaven, guided by Uriel. It describes the solar calendar, which was later also described in the Book of Jubilees used by the Dead Sea sect. The year was composed of 364 days, divided into 4 equal seasons of 91 days each. Each season consisted of 3 equal months of 30 days each, plus 1 extra day at the end of the 3rd month. Thus, the whole year consisted of exactly 52 weeks. Each year and each season always began on Wednesday, which was the 4th day of creation as told in Genesis, the day on which the lights in the sky, the seasons, the days, and the years were created. The book Dreams.
The book Dreams.
It contains visions of Israel's history, all the way back to what most interpret as the Maccabean Revolt, dated to the Maccabean period around 163 to 142 BC. According to the Ethiopian Orthodox Church, it was written before the biblical flood. The book continues with visions and allegorical accounts of Israel's history, in which animals are used as symbols of human beings,
Oh yeah, like,
and people as symbols of angels. The Message of Enoch.
the Message of Enoch.
Scholars date this manuscript to somewhere around 170 BC. The book is divided here into 5 subsections. Apocalypse of the Weeks. This subsection tells the story of the world using a structure of 10 periods called weeks, 7 of which relate to the past and 3 to future events. The climax is in the 7th part of the 10th week, when
A new heaven shall appear, and there shall be many weeks without number until the age, and all shall be in goodness and righteousness.
exhortation. This short list of exhortations to follow righteousness spoken by Enoch to his son Methuselah is a bridge to the next subsection. Epistle. The first part of the epistle describes the wisdom of God, the final reward of the righteous, and the punishment of the wicked, and the 2 separate paths of righteousness and unrighteousness. Then there are 6 oracles against sinners, the testimony of all creation against them, and the assurance of the fate after death. The birth.
Hey! Stop that! YouTube! Quit pulling my ads!
At 9:20.
Get off! I don't care!
You were ready to work from home.
Shut up!
CEO. It's in 40 minutes.
Shut up!
The birth of Noah. This part appears in the Qumran fragments, separated from the previous text by a blank line, thus appearing as an appendix. It tells about the flood and about Noah, who was born with the appearance of an angel. Conclusion. This application is not found in Qumran and is considered to be the work of the last redactor. It emphasizes the generation of light in opposition to sinners doomed to darkness. Why is this ancient Bible book neglected and even banned by official religion when it contains so much history about our roots? What else does she say? It has already become clear that one of the reasons for the banning of the book is most likely due to the fact that at the very beginning it begins with a warning to mankind describing the divine judgment that will meet all those unworthy of salvation. The following is the explanation of how the bloodthirsty giants, also called Nephilim, who roamed the earth, described in Genesis, appeared. They also serve as an excuse for the flood, but God still warned Noah and saved the people. The accounts of Enoch's travels through the kingdoms of heaven, which detail the powers of heaven and the cruelty that awaits depraved people, are also likely to be disliked. Wasn't the church's problem rooted in the fact that it scared the faithful into having such detailed information? And maybe some facts in this information are inconvenient. The book directly and openly talks about strange creatures with advanced technology that visited our Earth. They shared their technology with their hybrid offspring, which was a huge detriment to humanity. The book describes very clearly how and why all evidence of this was wiped out by the Great Flood. One thing is for sure, there is something in this book that bothers a lot of people. Is this not evidence of ancient aliens visiting Earth? Who and how did Enoch ascend?
Yo, that is something I forgot to mention about. Now, the Book of Enoch, it also involves aliens. Think about why we have technology. Think about why we have AI, because they're aliens, dude. The aliens, like I said before, the aliens might be linked to our future because, dude, like, think about, like, what was up with those shooting stars, because, like, for starters, in the final battle between the righteous against the evil, some aliens might get involved. So, like, some might fight with the righteous and some might fight with the evil. Some trippy shit,
and
dude.
descend on his journeys to heaven and back. Can we assume that these were extraterrestrials and that Enoch was in contact with one of the sovereigns of this society? Answers to which no one is looking for the answers today, at least not overtly, because these writings have been denied and branded as apocryphal. All we have to do is read between the lines and wait for the day when the truth will be revealed to us. You can find more interesting knowledge in our channel. Don't forget to support us by sharing this video and subscribing to the channel.
Of course, bud. As always. So, dude, that is some trippy shit.
What if I told you there exists a story so...
Dude, that is just some trippy shit, dude. Oh man. kind of got me a little bit tired, but like, ugh. Oh, let me lay down for a second. Won't be long, but just. Ugh. Ugh. I should have put that on the docs. So far we got 2 viewers, but oh my god, dude. I gotta rest my back a little. See, I think they had to ban this book because like we figured out like what our true origins are. Life of Jupiter. Hang on. What the? I'm still alive, I guess. Hang on. Yo, how come? Wait, shoot. I am curious though. How come Life of Jupiter? Wait, who's Life of Jupiter? I'm curious now. Life of Jupiter. Jupiter. Life of Jupiter. Yo, how come Life of Jupiter reminds me of like the song "She's Just Like Jupiter"? Huh? All right, so hold up. How come? How come Life of Jupiter reminds me of that song "Drops of Jupiter" by Train? Huh? He's like, hang on. See, look. But how come, like, okay, I'm not listening to the song for like fun, but I'm just like, it just the name "Life of Jupiter" reminds me of that song. But I gotta be honest, that song kind of hits hard. But sure, like that's how my future, how my future love is just like that. Okay, guys, so should we react to another Enoch video? Shall we? Book of Enoch. Shall we watch another Enoch video? And by the way, guys, chat. This stream is also linked to this stream is also a sequel to another stream that I made. If you guys been watching my channel, where's my phone? Where'd my phone go? What the fuck? Yo. Dude. Just had it. Oh, there it is. All right, like I was just trying to say. Hold on. So, like I was just saying before, if you guys been watching my channel, this stream that I'm making, this stream right now, is linked to another video of mine, another stream of mine. The Earth is a prison. Yeah, because when we were doing the Earth is a prison live stream, I did reveal like I was going to do this for a live stream. The book of see, if you guys been reading my messages and stuff, yeah, Enoch, yeah. Anyway, so I guess we should try watching another one. The hell?
LXX, the final translation of Enoch, chapter LXX. Ye. And it came to pass after this that his name during his lifetime was raised aloft to that Son of Man and to the Lord of spirits from amongst those who dwell on the earth. 2. And he was raised aloft on the chariots of the Spirit, and his name vanished among them. 3. And from that day I was no longer numbered amongst them, and he set me between the two winds, between the north and the west, where the angels took the cords to measure for me a place for the elect and righteous. 4. And there, P93, I saw the first fathers and the righteous who from the beginning dwell in that place. Next, chapter 71. And he showed me all the secrets of the ends of the heaven, and all the chambers of all the stars, and all the luminaries, whence they proceed before.
Some kind of like AI shit, kind of. There's more to that. Hold on.
The Book of Enoch may be telling the truth. We've been told that the Book of Enoch was removed from the Bible in the 4th century because it was inaccurate to the original.
See, that's right, yeah.
But what if that wasn't the case? What if it was removed because it told the truth about...
Yeah, like I was saying, it was telling the truth. Hold on.
Born of heaven, raised in dust, the first of the Nephilim had arrived. And with him, the world began to crack.
Wait. Is this like a movie? Oh no, it's AI. Shoot, but like still, like it could like be a movie. Like shoot, like they should make a movie out of the Book of Enoch because they have to. Mm-mm. 10 facts. Yeah, that's some crazy stuff we've been learning about. Yo, what the hell? Come on, TV. That was a favorite video. Alright, let me get on YouTube. What the hell? YouTube just signed me out. YouTube, you gotta stop doing this bullshit on purpose. So, where's the government right now? Of course, they had the fucking. Worse than. Damn, why I have to take so long? See, here's the Book of Enoch. I was trying to say, like,
This angel is worse than Satan. The Book of Enoch explained a group of fallen angels known as the Watchers, and what they did will shock you. I'll explain the worst of these angels at the end of the video, so stay until the end. There are 200 of these angels that fell, and here are a few of their names: Samyaza, Azazel, Armaros, Arakiel, and Barakiel. Now let me explain why these angels are so bad. Azazel taught mankind how to make weapons for war. This act alone resulted in chaos, even still to this day. But it gets far worse. The leader of these angels, Samyaza, is far worse than Satan himself. Here's why. Not only was Samyaza the one responsible for leading every fallen angel to sin, he also led a series of experiments with the other fallen angels. They created a series of twisted, disfigured beings with human DNA and animal DNA. This whole story is spoken about in the Book of Giants. This angel is worse than Satan. The Book of
see,
Enoch
like,
explained a group.
that's what they said earlier. When the video we were just watching, they explained how Semyaza was worse than Satan. Now, like how, and from the Book of Enoch, there's another entity that's even more worse.
This entity is more evil than Satan. The Book of Enoch reveals fallen angels called the Watchers, and what they did is shocking. And stay until the end because I'm going to reveal the worst entity of all. 200 angels fell with names like Semyaza, Azazel, Armaros, and Sariel. Azazel taught humans to make weapons, armor, fashion, and makeup. He even revealed the eternal secrets of heaven. Some claim that Semyaza, their leader, was worse than Satan because he not only led the angels in rebellion, but also triggered God to flood the world. But did you know that there's a second Book of Enoch? And it changes everything. It tells us that the number of Watchers wasn't 200, but 2 million, and they were actually led by Satanael, Satan, before his fall. So here, Satan was still the worst. But
Okay,
think about this. These fallen angels wanted to enlighten humanity. Azazel revealed heaven's secrets, and Satan encouraged humanity to eat from the tree of knowledge. Yet God destroyed almost every human being simply for seeking wisdom. So who's more evil than Satan? God. While the fallen angels wanted to teach, God chose destruction. Who do you side with?
Alright, yeah, he's right, because, like, basically, if you guys learn about the Gnostics, it was revealed that basically still it is talking about, like, how God is actually the devil. Yada, if you guys know about Yada, he's the leader of the Watchers, leader than Semyaza. So basically, I'm kind of wrong how Semyaza is way worse when it's still Satan that's way worse. Yada, oh man, I don't know how to pronounce his name. But still, yeah, because it was different. Because basically, the second book I haven't studied about, there was not 200. There was 2 million of them. 2 billion, I think. But it was a bloody show, of course.
Could the God of the Bible really be Satan? Well, the answer is
You know
yes.
what? Satan is not who you think. Dang, that's tough. Alright. Guys, of course, as always, if you guys know, the hotline number is up there, so always call when you need to. What the fuck?
This is Snake Island. It's an island infested with world's deadliest snakes.
And this is the king cobra. One bite from this guy and you are dead. There is no antivenom. And over the next 3 days, I'm going to be traveling to the very...
Jeez, why would you even survive in Snake Mountain? No, I'm at Snake Island. Shut up! Get off my...
The very center of this island. Oh yeah, there's snakes hanging above us. Oh my god, what do you think?
This is Diaz, our snake expert, who'll be helping us survive our 3-day trek to the center.
Bro, who does...
Don't bite me now. And... okay, guys, see you later. Try not to die. Ha 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 ha.
Well, now we're screwed.
As we headed towards the first checkpoint, it didn't take us long to encounter a snake.
Should I catch it? Because this snake fast. You ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
Oh, he bites me.
You got bit. Uh-oh.
It looks like a green mamba.
Is this guy venomous? I'm holding one snake. Oh my god, you take it.
Bruh, no way.
It's mildly venomous, but it's one of the least dangerous on an island home to over 120 species, many of which are lethal.
Things are going to get a whole lot more dangerous and scary the further we get into this island. So,
hold up. Yo, what?
Of this incredibly deadly
Dude, this guy is crazy. Hold up.
These guys are why. This is called a blood python. People are killing and hunting these guys so much that they could become an endangered species.
Soon also
I mean, that's kind of fucking good because we don't want to deal with those anymore. Let alone snakes. Like it says in the Bible that humans and snakes don't coexist. If you guys know about the Adam and Eve story, they're right.
So you guys ready? On 3, 2, 1. On 3, 2, 3, 2, 1.
Before we can make it to the center of the island, we have a number of points.
Bro, in that place, there's a green mamba.
It wasn't long.
Look, they're lucky it's not a black mamba because black mambas, because even though they're in Africa, but they're still deadly as fuck either way.
He wanted to show us just how deadly this snake was.
The blood python, they say. That's even more crazier. At Snake Island, there's even king cobras.
Terrifying nightmares right there.
Jeez.
You do not want to get bit by that.
Ugh. Oh shoot.
Diaz is going to try and catch it by the head so that it can't bite, and then I guess he's going to show me.
Bro, catch it quick.
Yeah. Okay. Sick. Bro. Okay. I'm kind of scared.
Hold the hat.
Are you sure?
I'm sure. Just hold the hat.
Man, I'm not happy about this.
Yeah. Nice, man. Let him wrap on you.
Oh my.
Holy crap. Okay, there's a bit of power there, all right. This is insane. An articulated python.
Holy
and it's
shit.
about to try and squeeze my arm. Look at my veins. Oh my god, it's starting to squeeze now.
Yeah,
squeeze. Okay, yeah, he's squezing right now.
You feel it, right?
He's squeezing. Look at my
Bro,
veins.
don't let go.
Here. We gotta let this guy go, Diaz. Goodbye, fella.
It probably hates you.
This is the most intense.
Let me guess. I do have a theory. At Snake Mountain, so like there's a lot of like deadly snakes at Snake Mount, not Snake Mountain. I'm at fucking Snake Island. Yeah, there's a lot of deadly snakes like green mambas, blood pythons, pit viper, and king cobra. I guess like any king cobra that lives there are like the leaders because hey, by the name King Cobra, that means they're the king of all snakes. Even the largest serpents or pythons have to bow down to them to show their respects. And I think there's more to that. Fun fact: snakes. There's a lot of snakes linked into like every mythology, like how snakes can be like linked with Christianity. Like they fought like angels and even demons and maybe even gods. they might take form of a snake. And there's more to that. Like, hold on, what else? Like in Norse mythology, there's Jormungandr, a giant, the world serpent who will, in like during Ragnarok, that will kill and die at the battle, at his final battle against the Norse god of thunder, Thor. And even Hinduism, bro. Hinduism, okay, yeah, you guys kind of man. Hinduism is kind of badass because they have a lot of cool things, so maybe even serpents. And the strangest thing is, even in World War history, like all mythology aside, but there's actually like three-headed snakes around. Actually, we'll talk about them later on soon. But why am I even watching this? I guess.
How long is it gonna take us? I think it's just around 3 kilometers.
We get walking sticks now, eh? We continue through the jungle, and after hours of walking, we finally found a spot that's a little bit more open that we're going to try and build a base camp in. I have no idea how to build this kind of stuff, so Diaz is going to have to show us the way right now. This is looking amazing.
Besides, bro, that's a bad idea because yeah, surviving a Snake Island, dude. Dude, no one can survive there, dude.
I'll try my best.
With base camp built, food was the next priority. Diaz, what's a common food that we can get around here?
There is a mud crab here, fam.
We're in wood crab area. What do you do? Do you just go from below?
Yeah.
Besides, hold up. I know I didn't even show up this video, but like I didn't even show the camera to the video, but later ago in the video, he was bit by like a green mamba. How is he still alive? Because the snake expert in the video, they just show that he just got bit on the phone by a green mamba, and he's still alive. The fuck? And guys, if you don't know what a green mamba is, it's basically like if you guys know like what a black mamba is, it's kind of the same thing. Except like basically a green mamba is a black mamba, except their skin, their color is not green. It's not white. It's green. Yeah.
Got some? No. Okay. I don't think I think I lost it. Oh, I did get a clam. I got a clam. Nice. It seems so weird to be pulling clams out of just dirt. This is our clam pile. Now let's see, can we get mud crab?
I found something.
That is
Oh, cool. Hold on. You know what? Hold on. Ooh, cool crabs. There's crabs in Snake Mountain. Shit, hold on. When I go on my journey, my like historic godly quest, I might visit Snake Mountain actually. But there's more to that. If you guys remember my list that I made, the list of primordial gods I will kill, and if you guys seen the other stream, most of those primordials are snake like serpents, like the Black Wunawa, Apophis, and the Rainbow Serpent and the Leviathan. Oh yeah, if you guys are like a Christian nerd, you guys probably know what the Leviathan is. He's not just a serpent, he's also the hell sin stage of the sin envy as well. So yeah.
Dinner. You hungry?
I'm hungry, man.
Ah, too late.
Good, right?
Yeah. I can taste kind of the mud though.
Well, it came from the mud.
Not sure.
What are the risks of actually having a snake come into our camp at night? Is that possible?
100% possible, man. Radiculated Titan, they can smell us from far away.
Before heading to bed,
Oh god.
to look around camp. I think you guys
Yeah, so like if we ever had to go Snake Island, we will have to stay up all night. Keep a dog.
You really think I should hold it? Yeah. Is he venomous?
Nah.
This snake is not venomous. But
Okay, cool.
So close to camp, there could be many more that are. This guy was found pretty much just 2 meters from the boys' hammocks. If there's one of them, then there could be a lot more, right?
Could be a lot more.
I mean, they're so small, these guys could be anywhere. You stay away from our camp and let us sleep in peace tonight. That's the way to our camp. Go the other way. First night on Snake Island. Let's go. But my confidence would not last long, as this video did not go to plan. And we had no idea just how dangerous this journey was about to be. Get out of there, Diaz! Get out of there! Get out of there!
Yeah, no, day 2. Alright.
I'm knackered. Sweating buckets as well. We left base camp and headed towards the second checkpoint. A boat Diaz had stored up ahead.
Diaz, how far is this boat that you stashed?
Still like 38 kilometers left.
He's joking, surely.
That's gotta be closer, right?
This is the way.
But in order to get to its last known location, we first had to cross a lake heavily infested with snakes.
It's called Snake Island for a reason. Hold, when I keep saying Snake Island, I keep accidentally saying Snake Mountain from like the He-Man series. Skeletor's Lair is Snake Mountain.
Well, it's unpredictable, man.
I mean, there might be mountains in Snake Island.
Yeah, that is. I don't feel comfortable getting across this right now. I've got the blood pythons. You be gentle with that, lad. In order to give the blood pythons the best chance of survival.
Yo, what the fuck? Wait, did they just call a blood python? Wait, they have a blood python for real.
Across this right now. I've got the blood pythons. You be gentle with that, lad. In order to give the blood
What is the matter with them? Why would they have a blood python?
to cross the river. I mean, careful. Watch out. And this is also a great time to tell you about today's video sponsor, Ground News. Boys, can you please hurry it up? Like, this is your lives on the line here. Ground News is a news comparison platform that compiles articles from every source reporting on a story and allows you to see it in a very unbiased way. Hurry up, please. Oh no! Like this recent
Oh hell no! Was that a snake?
Like a giant python has eaten a human, and how Ground News works.
Oh shoot! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! They hold. They revealed like someone like how was having like a plane flight, and they saw like a giant ass like serpent python like in the river.
Let me check. Yes, I'm like sinking right now. Hold on. No, I'm getting that.
Probably quick.
So in the case of the giant python, we can very quickly see that 12 news sources have written about it, and only 20% of them score high for being a factual news source. So what is the truth of this story?
Yo, what?
As real as this. Oh my god. Alright, you're wrapping around your I'm trying around your leg. Yes, it's actually properly constricting you now. I can't get rid of it. I can't get rid of it. What? No, I don't have it. It's actually constricting me. Okay, just do it.
Can you help me on the legs better?
Well, we can see it likely wasn't.
Yo, chill.
That's just for sensation.
Them crazy ass snakes.
The tail, the back end of the tail. Oh my god.
Bro, they have a python wrapped around him already.
Okay. Yeah. Oh my god.
At least I hope that snake's not biting him.
Got it. So if you're like me and you want to understand your news sources more, then go to ground.news/DT.
Okay.
And the QR code to subscribe, because Ground News are giving you guys 40% off. My heart is literally in my mouth. I didn't expect a snake that size. I think that is the biggest snake we've seen so far on this entire trip. They're going to release a snake further down the river, away from our trail, because we do not want that thing backing up on us. Oh, I can see him. He's going the other way. Bro, terrifying. Let's get out of here, man. Well,
Bro, that thing's scary.
How dangerous this entire thing actually is. That was the wildest ad integration we have ever done. So subscribe now using the link ground.news.
And yeah, snakes can swim in water.
Understanding of today's stories. Thank you, Ground News, for sponsoring this video. And now we need to get to Diaz's boat. But that was about to prove a big problem. Wait, so we've lost the path here, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, because of the boat a few days before.
So do you know where the boat is, or have we lost it? Or no? Well, Diaz had lost the boat.
Damn it.
So the terrain is like completely changed because there's been a flood, and Diaz has lost the trail that he used to find his boat. Without Diaz's boat, we were screwed. And things were only going to get a lot worse. Is that? That's thunder. That's thunder. Yeah. Is there going to be a storm?
But I can see in the background there's sunlight. Hey! Get rad. Anyways, guys. I wasn't gonna watch the whole thing, but still, that is fucking terrifying, dude. But, like what I said, I hope you guys learned something today. The Book of Enochs, bro, that's some crazy. Oh, and just so you guys, to let you guys know, next week, I won't be streaming because I have to do a fucking band concert bullshit. I have to go to a concert, and there's more to that. The week after that, I'll be streaming, but except I'll be streaming for like the whole weekend because like I'm going to a homie's birthday party and it's gonna be sick, dude. going to fucking Long Beach, and after that, it will be the last day of school the week after that, and I'll be streaming. I hope if my mom lets me go out, I'll stream like the whole time with me and my boy Connor like explore the city. And also, the Book of Enoch, bro. Like, yeah, it might involve some snakes, but like, yeah, snakes like serpent gods. By the way, when I do like during the summer vacation, when I start streaming about like other forbidden books, the next forbidden books we will recover next book stream, we will be covering the Gospel of Judas. So I hope all of you have a good weekend, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks. Kind of, I'll be streaming either way. See you.